Hello, I'm Ken Zaborowski. I'm a Tai Chi instructor, and I do Qigong also. And I'd like to share a little bit of that with you. I thought really the way to go is to try to feel it. We can talk about it a lot. Until you feel it, it's hard to even understand what we're talking about. But what I'd like to do is start out with just a little bit of breathing. So you want your feet shoulder width. You want your knees a little bent. You keep your head up. So you imagine there's a string pulling up from the top of your head, lifting upwards. You're going to breathe in, open and expand. Breathe out, relax and settle. You breathe in lightly through the nose. Then breathe out softly through the mouth. You move your hands like they're floating in warm water. Bend the knees when you breathe out. So when you breathe in, the arms come up. You feel it opening up in the body. When you breathe out, bend the knees, feel it settling down as the hands come down. Fill the body with your breath. Breathe out, relax, give into gravity. That feeling of opening and expanding is yang energy. And that feeling of relaxing and settling, that's yin energy. Breathe in. And when you breathe out, use your hands to guide that sensation of settling through the body and through the legs, through the feet. Start at the top of your head, relax the mind, relax the heart, relax the body. Feel it settling through the head and through the chest, through the abdomen, and into the thighs. When the hands stop, it keeps going out through the feet. So Tai Chi and Qigong, they're based on this Chinese philosophy, which in China is called Tai Chi, yin and yang, two interplaying forces that just constantly work around each other, and creating a dynamic balance. So for instance, we were just breathing. I said breathing in is yang, filling your body with breath, then relaxing and settling as you breathe out, that's yin. So we're trying to feel that energy in our body. Now at any one point, so when I'm settling and relaxing, giving into gravity, that's more yin. But you notice my head is still up, so there's still a little bit of expansion. So if you know that Tai Chi diagram, yang and yin, each section, yang and yin, also have an opposite colored dot. You have a white tadpole, a black tadpole, two little dots. And it shows that those things are interconnected. So just like even the process itself, because breathing in is an inward movement, that's yin energy. Breathing out is an outward movement, that's yang energy. You notice how we're doing it is as I'm breathing in, I'm also opening, expanding. So the breathing in is yin, but there's also a yang element. Likewise, as I breathe out, breathing out is yang, but I'm relaxing and settling in activity. So what we're trying to do when we're doing these exercises is kind of get a feeling of that interplay of the forces. And just thinking of the breath like that, in and out, that's one of the simplest things. The idea of yin and yang can get very complex because it's kind of archetype. So also we talk about outward movement, that's yang energy. Inward movement, that's yin energy. So you see I kind of almost not just turn, but I'm also contracting a little bit in the body. Then I come out and then I let it open, expand in the body. Then I come back and it all contracts back again. So that's one of the basic elements of Tai Chi movement is this opening, closing, contracting, and expanding, which is just a different way of the interplay. Just like the breath is another way. You'll notice in most movements, whatever we're doing, there might be I'm pushing in that direction, but there's also that energy going back and down into my foot. So there's also that kind of interplay of forces where the forces are going in different directions equally. And that's why Tai Chi practice has been recognized as being really good for balance. Basically everything we do is about increasing the balance. On a physical level, it's talking about the actual physical balance, just being able to balance on one foot, but also emotionally and mentally just be more balanced. And that's why this is considered a mind-body exercise. So what we're going to do, we're just going to loosen up a little bit. So every class we'd spend some time kind of loosening up the joints. The idea behind that is as we open up those joints, those fluid sacs around the joint will fill in. One of the reasons Tai Chi is recognized as being so good for people with arthritis is that process of opening up the joints. It relieves a lot of arthritis. The itis means inflammation. So usually that comes from tension pushing the bone and the ligaments into each other, forcing them to start rubbing. So as we do these kind of circular movements, we open up those joints. And if we keep doing that over time, it doesn't happen just by doing it once or twice, but over time, those joints open up and then they fill in, and then you'll have a lot of those arthritic symptoms will go away. You have a little better range of motion. So we do that, a little bit of that every class. So we're just going to do a few of this so you can get a feel. Now, when you're doing the neck, go very slow and think about whatever you think your range is. Go about 70%. So we're not pushing. It's very important in Tai Chi. In general, we try not to push. We always try to stay a little below our limit. What happens if you consistently train below your limit will expand on its own. Whenever you try to train to push past your limit, you're always opening up yourself to being injured. And that's especially true with the neck. So we never want to just start moving our neck around to try to loosen it up. Always go very slow, whatever way you kind of loosen it. You could just turn the neck and go to your limit and hold. And that's also a very good stretch. But again, you just go to your limit and you make sure you're staying relaxed. So if you're turning, you're tightening up. That works counterproductive to what we're trying to do. So now we're just going to loosen up the shoulders. Circle and then go the other way. In class, we'll spend a little more time. This is just an introduction. So what you want to get out of this is maybe not a memory of how to do it all, but just a feeling for it. So see how this feels in your shoulders. How does that make your shoulders feel? And now touch the backs of your wrists together. We're going to make this roll. And what I'll do is I'll turn so now you can see it from the side. So I'm going to come up and roll the arm up, out. This kind of loosens up the wrists. It loosens up the ankles and the elbows. So sometimes doing these kind of circles too, you'll hear a little snapping and popping. Those are the joints opening up. Good. Now clasp the fingers and keep the space between the palms so you don't hold it tight. You're just clasping the fingers, keeping it open. And then you want to roll one wrist around the other. See, from the side, I'm also going, it's a circle, front and back. I'm not just going back and forth. We'll go the other way. And again, you go nice and slow. Make sure your dominant hand's not doing the movement, but both hands should be circling. Good. Now just shake it out a little. Now we'll do a little bit with the lower body. So you're going to bring all your weight onto one foot and then pick up the other heel. We're just going to roll the ball of the foot and the toe. Loosen up the ankle. Good. Go the other way. Then we'll do this side. Then reverse that. Good. Feet shoulder width. Now we're going to circle the waist. And again, it's not just side to side, as we see how I'm going forward and back also. And then change direction. All right. So what I want to do is I'm going to show you a few moves now, just some Tai Chi movement, just so you get a picture of it. And then we're going to do a little Qigong exercise together. But what I'm doing now, this is, there's a style of Tai Chi, named Yang style, and this is their Yang 24 form. I'm just going to do the first few moves. This is a modified version of the form. So it's done so it stays in a smaller space, but I don't have a moving camera. So I'm going to be staying in front of you. But this should give you a little idea of what Tai Chi movement is like. One of the things with Tai Chi that makes it different than other movement systems and exercise is we're always kind of focusing the movement from the legs into the waist out. So everything kind of works as a flow up through the body and out. So see if you can see that. Now, as you count in the form, that was just the first 6 of 24 movements. You notice there's some repetition. A lot of times the repetition's not counted, so that's why it looked like there was a lot more going on there. But that just gives you a basic idea of what Tai Chi movement is like. As you train, I was doing a little faster so you could watch. When I'm actually training alone, I go much slower. But that's about the pace I would use in a class for beginners. So what happens as you get better at it, you become aware of all the different parts of the movement more, and then you can make slower and slower movements. But in the beginning, because you just have a basic idea of the movement, if you try to go really slow, the energy kind of stagnates. So we go a little faster. All right. So what I want to do now is we're going to spend some time. It's a little Qigong exercise. Qigong is a Chinese word. Qi is the word for the intrinsic energy that runs through our body and through all living things. And gong is a word that means skill or ability. So when we talk about qigong, there are exercises that we do. And some people will consider Tai Chi itself a form of qigong because of that thing. But Tai Chi originated in martial arts. So all the movements have this kind of martial arts meaning besides the other meanings, which is how it's opening up through the body and all that. When we do a qigong exercise, we're just trying to work with the energy a little bit, develop some skill with it. So this exercise is called Open the 5 Gates. It's referring to 5 places in the body where we hold tension. So it's the mind, the solar plexus, the lower back, the hips, and the shoulders, the places where we hold tension. So this helps try to get the energy moving through the body. So there's 11 breaths. Each breath will do something a little different. So I'll talk it through. And then the first time I'll be talking it through more extensively, and then we'll second time through work for the flow. But right now I want to get some feeling into the body and into the hands. So even though in this exercise we're not taking any steps, we still want to feel connected with the ground. We want to keep the head up. So you imagine there's a string pulling up from the top of your head, the head's lifting up. Again, that lifting up feeling is yang energy. Letting your weight settle down into the feet, that's the yin energy. So you want to feel the weight go down into the feet. And now you lean a little forward to your weight's over your toes. And then lean a little back, bring your weight over your heels. And then go back and forth a couple of times from toe to heel. You find the spot where you're completely balanced in the middle and have equal pressure from toe to heel. And then when you get into the center, you move your knees in, bring all the pressure onto the big toe. Then move your knees out a little bit, bring all the pressure onto the little toe. And then go back and forth between the toes. You find the place where you can have equal pressure on the bottoms of the toes. And the whole time your head's lifting up, feel the weight of the body settling down. And then you want to feel the weight of the arms settling through the arms, into the hands, the fingers. And then imagine there's strings tied to the tips of your fingers and thumbs, gently pulling down. So you feel your fingers getting longer, the joints open up. Feel the space between the bones expanding, the fingers getting longer. Feel it stretch through your palms, through your hands. Feel all the little bones in the hands opening up, separating from each other, your hands and palms expanding and opening. Feel that stretch into your forearms. You feel your wrist joints open up. And then from the forearms, stretch into the upper arm. Feel the elbow joints open. And then from the upper arm, it stretches into the neck. Feel your shoulder joints open. And as you open up through the arms, creating the space in the joints, you're going to get more blood into your hands. So your hands will start to get red as they fill with blood. They'll start to feel warm, start to feel heavy. Then you might notice a little tingling or a vibrating or a pulsing in the hands. Could be a sensation like water dripping down the fingers, or maybe like a little tickling or a prickling on the inside of the palms and fingers. And the hands themselves keep getting warmer and heavier as they fill with blood. It starts to feel like you're wearing gloves or mittens. So you feel that, try to hold that feeling in your hands that you're wearing big fluffy mittens. And then we're ready now to proceed through the exercise. So the first breath is the opening breath. You're going to breathe in, you bend your knees a little bit, your hands focus on the lower abdomen, and then you breathe out. The second breath, 2 become 1. You're going to breathe in, your hands open up, that little ball becomes a beach ball. Breathe out, push your hands into the lower abdomen. Fly like an eagle. Rotating heaven and earth. Breathe in. The hands come up to the bottom of the rib cage. Breathe out. Roll the ball down to the lower abdomen. Now fly like an eagle. Arms come up like 2 big wings. Then you breathe out. Back down. Water rises to heaven to fall like rain. You turn the palms over. Breathe in and up. Hands come over the head, breathe out, down close to the body, the lower abdomen. Embrace the pearl, roll the ball down, hands still above the knees, they come together, breathe out as you straighten your back. Warriors at peace, breathe in, turn the palms over, breathe out. Open your eyes to view the stars, breathe in to the center of the forehead, breathe out. Dragon swims in the ocean, breathe in, point at the kidneys, breathe out, hands pushing down. Dragon rears its head, breathe in, point fingers at the kidneys, breathe out, fingers come up and out. And the closing breath, you breathe in, bring your hands back to the body, breathe out, back to the lower abdomen. Good. So now you can see from the side, I'll turn. So we do the opening breath, you're just going to breathe in. And it's just, again, like you're holding a little ball against your body. Then the two become one. Breathe in, like you have a beach ball. Breathe out, push it through your body, feel it opening up the lower back. Rotate heaven and earth. Breathe in, come up to the bottom of the rib cage. Breathe out, roll the ball down. Fly like an eagle, the arms come to the sides, move to the front. Breathe out. Water rises to heaven to fall like rain. Now when the arms come up, they're in the same plane as the torso. And they come down close to the body. Embrace the pearl, roll the ball away, down. Breathe out, hands come up close to the body. Warriors at peace, turn the palms over, hands close to the body the whole time. Open your eyes to view the stars. Breathe out, hands go a little forward as they come out the sides. A dragon swimming, the hands come behind the body, point at the kidneys, come close to the body, push down, pushing to the feet. The dragon comes back into the kidneys, close to the body, and this time into the palms and fingers. Come back over the top of the energy, back to the torso. Breathe out, as close to the body, all the way. So now we're going to do it again. When I say the name of the move, that's your cue to breathe in. So opening breath, breathe out, just hold the ball. The two become one. Breathe out into the lower back. Rotate heaven and earth. Breathe out, roll the ball down. Fly like an eagle. Breathe out. Water rises to heaven to fall like rain. Breathe out. Embrace the pearl. Breathe out. Warriors at peace, turn the palms over, breathe out. Open your eyes to view the stars, focus in the forehead, breathe out. Dragon swims in the ocean, focus to the kidneys, breathe out, focus towards the feet. Dragon rears its head, focus into the kidneys, breathe out, focus into the fingertips. Breathe in, come back to the lower abdomen. Opening breath, breathe out. Hands nice and heavy. The two become one. This big beach ball, push it through your body, feel it opening up the lower back. The energy is going to come up the back to the solar plexus, through to the front of the body, down the front of the body, back to the lower abdomen. Then up the back, into the shoulders, through the throat, to the chest, down the front of the body. Into the kidneys, up the back, up the spine, to the top of the head, into the forehead, down the front of the body. Reach down below the perineum and gather the root energy. Unite the root energy with your torso. Focus in on the solar plexus. Relax the diaphragm. Focus into the center of the forehead. Relax the mouth. Breathe in, focus into the kidneys. Breathe out to the feet. Breathe in, focus back into the kidneys. Breathe out to the fingers. Back. Settle everything to the lower abdomen, down to the end, below the belly button. That's where we start the movement. That's the center of balance in your body. Breathe out through your hands a little bit. The two become one. Breathe out, open the lower back. We circulate the energy up to the bottom of the rib cage, back to the lower abdomen. Fly like an eagle. Water rises to heaven to fall like rain. Embrace the pearl. Warriors at peace. Open your eyes to view the stars. Dragon swims in the ocean. Dragon rears its head. Closing breath. Very good. And then when you come up off your foot, just wiggle the toes a little, just wiggle the fingers a little, and relax. Good. So, my pleasure to share this with you. Thank you very much.